Right, I'm gonna see if I can finish off this guy that Kuzon's lighting up. Since this guy's already disarmed and I can't see this guy, so rough.
Just barely misses. With him stumbling back from the shot into the door, the shot barely misses him.
Target still up. I'm gonna say that it's
If I use my grab to move someone through a threatened square, do you think that would trigger an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, I'd say that
So
probably
I would
triggers.
say it would.
Okay, interesting. Actually, this turn I'm fully entering Graviton Attunement. So Prava's gonna walk up to here, and he's gonna yeet this boy and this boy towards him.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, which one made which roll?
This guy made 15, this one made 19.
Okay, so the guy by Thiveron gets moved, the other guy,
Okay.
no effect, yeah.
So that's 10 feet. 10. So, Thiveron, you can make an attack of opportunity as he's being pulled out of the smoke suddenly.
I shall.
So, as he's being pulled out, you swing your spear.
7
Ugh.
points.
Since that was Zenith ability, Prava exits Attunement now, and he's back at his regular default stage.
Prava's ability to control the battlefield is lovely. Thiveron.
I'm gonna start chasing this guy down now. This time he's gonna swing non-lethally though.
Just in case.
It's a
already
-2 or a -4 for that?
I believe it's a -2. We go for -2 for a time being. You can look it up in the break.
So 16
Did hit him,
for 10 non-lethal.
and he is barely up. You can see him like.
So I imagine I just like switch my spear up to the back end and then I just smack him right on the head.
Yeah, he's like looking towards Prava like with a bloody side. He's like, what? And then suddenly you come up behind, smack.
Are you recreating the go to horny jail meme with the dog and the bonk? Is that what's happening right now?
Right, he doesn't have. He does have. He's got to dual attack you, Thiveron, since you attacked him.
That's a no.
He's
For me,
not going to dual attack you. What? Hang on, I got a roll. Let me see. Oh, it's the same roll. Okay, so essentially, as he's swinging for you, Thiveron, you can just use your spear to knock his other blade away. Just. He's
it.
like, oh. Okay.
I growl in blacken.
Growls and dog.
He's like, oops, I accidentally fucked with a badass.
Right, now this guy's gonna try dual attacking you with his. No, he can't because he's got one. He has to draw his swords. Okay, so he's gonna try one attacking you with his sword.
Okay, that guy hits me, yeah.
And this guy does still panicking. He's like, get away, get away! But it's like poof, 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 poof. As you just see sound projectiles slamming into the ground behind you. He doesn't seem to be able to hit you. No, the sniper can't see any of this happening.
Nope, he can't.
He's gonna take a hold action then. Jesus, that wall, so powerful. And these guys are now free, and this guy's gonna miss his shot.
It's okay, he's still a little, you know, banged up.
He's still a
so-
little dazed. Kuzon, giant mech boy, do mech things.
And I'm gonna zap him again. It's like, and then you just hear Kuzon over the intercom. It's like, I am going to keep zapping you until you stop shooting at me.
All you see is this rapid fire of electricity going this way and flipping sound projectiles going this way. So,
I'm just going to. It's like, oh, awkward, and I'm just gonna like step over the barricade and just like hide around this corner a little bit.
Aiden.
So,
As much as I would like to help my boy Thiveron, I feel like this guy's a threat with his heavy weapons, so I'm gonna focus him down.
I know, he's missed his last 2 shots.
That's because he's been unlucky. Also, why did my roll not happen? Oh, there it is. 16! I wanna put this boy down. He's had enough fun for one day.
That is enough damage to knock him down.
Target
He's-
down.
he's still-
Kuzon, help
Still
the
about
others.
2 fires. Still about 5, and he's like, poof, Prava.
Probably just gonna talk to these guys for a sec. Just like, look, your guys up on the sides have been taken out. You're cut off from your sniper support. This is a great chance to surrender.
Are you trying to roll intimidation or diplomacy?
I mean, I feel like that was intimidation. Like, I'm better at diplomacy, but that was definitely an intimidating statement. So,
Roll intimidation.
Oof.
I'm gonna take some factors into it. One
Like one of
second.
them almost being, fucked up by the doggo.
Yeah, despite it, I think everything you guys done, and you practically got them surrounded. I think they're just gonna like drop their swords and hold up all 4 of their arms.
Good boys.
thank you for being so understanding. Is there anything you would like to say to the people of the Pact Worlds before we continue on? Any statement you would like to make? What moved you to violence today?
Just people not listening. I think I'm bleeding.
That changes today, friends. The galaxy is listening to your plight today. You have made your goal. You can go home now.
Well, the cop goes, "Don't worry, I'll restrain everybody around. You
The
guys move
cops are
forward."
actually like, no, they can't go home.
Yeah, it's like no, they.
No, they're not going
No,
home.
They did assault Thiveron with the sword, with the intent to kill him.
Thiveron, go take a look at the other cop. I think he's injured. By the way, I'm gonna try to contact the cops again. I thought there were supposed to be 3 of you. Where's your partner?
Nah, him. He's still in the car. He's still got concussion as well.
Gotcha.
Oh, he's
Once you
a-
guys are all patched up, see if you can link up with Lieutenant Rook.
Understood.
Thiveron,
He's right.
tell me when you're ready to pop the smoke so I can suppress the sniper. I'm assuming he's still waiting in position.
Though, yeah, just saying with people here, they basically just have minor injuries. They're just concussed or shaken, in other words, you know.
Okay, I'm not going to use an actual mystic cure on them then if they're not actually, if their
You can
life
patch
isn't
them up a bit.
threatened.
Yeah, they're just really out of it.
I don't have what you call it a med kit, and I don't have what you would call a good medicine rank.
I actually have a good medicine rank.
That
I've been taking medicine.
How you
Thiveron's the kind of, he's the like, if you can turn the key in a car and press the gas pedal and it works, fine. There's no need to understand how it works. It just works kind of a person.
It just works, guys.
understandable.
It
He
just
heals
works.
people through magic, not through science.
So it's like, don't worry, I'm fine. Just carry on. My
So-
head.
Thiveron's just like fumbling with bandages and stuff that he can't see. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll assume that
He's like got his arm wrapped up. It's like it's not even where I'm hurt.
I'm gonna.
I like putting his splint on his leg when all he's got is like a little cut on his arm.
Yeah, it's like, oh god.
I'm gonna contact Lieutenant Rook and say, Rook, we secured a few of your boys in the center. They're a little banged up, but they'll be fine. I'm sending them your way. Make sure to wait for them.
Understood.
So we know there's a guy all the way up there that has that's been firing at us, right?
Yeah.
Is there is there any is it just like a straight street? Is there any alternate paths we could take through alleys or anything like that to try to get over there?
You could basically retreat and take another route.
That won't be necessary. Kuzon, if you want to move straight ahead, I'm gonna lay down some suppressive fire and make sure that he's too busy dealing with me so you guys can reach his destination. I think it was called herring fire, where I basically lock him down.
That just gives
Suppressive fire.
yeah, it gives him a -2, I believe.
Gives him a -2 to his
No,
shots.
that's actually not that good. Never mind then.
against
Not a
AC 15.
question.
It gets in a cone, so it's amazing. But yeah,
The my overload. This thing counts as a vehicle with an engine, right? Like I can overload this mech and just fucking charge down that line.
you could.
You see
Collision is high.
Kuzon, like you see Kuzon like plant his feet here, and just be like, Aiden, keep your eye on. I'm gonna run this guy down.
Gotcha. Ready when you are.
Thiveron takes cover over here, and this smoke screen is 100 feet down. And he's not going to let the smoke screen go until Kuzon has run through the smoke screen. So that the only thing that guy sees is a giant mech appear out of nowhere.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a resolve point and overload. Or actually, that's the wrong ability, not overload. Sorry.
Overdrive.
Overdrive. Wait, it's not here? It was totally here.
Do you get also an overdrift too? So you can drift the mech?
You used it on the car
Recalibrate
before.
engine. That's it.
There you go. There. Put a little more power.
So plus 10. So yeah, plus 50 feet, or plus 5 miles per hour to its maximum speed.
To a maximum of double. Its piloting modifier is reduced by 2.
So basically,
Nice.
I'm giving it a plus 50 speed, and just like you just see like the engine like just like straining as Kuzon just goes legs akimbo and just fucking rushes it down.
Oh god. Okay, so what are you attempting to do? Are you attempting to collision into it?
I'm just trying to scare the shit out of the sniper by pounding at him very, very fast.
Understood. Right, he's gonna take a pot shot at you as soon as you break through the fog.
And as he does, I'm immediately gonna take a pot shot at him.
I don't think that breaks a max.
I think the
Physical?
kinetic
Nope.
AC, yeah.
16. So in other words, he fires and it ricochets off a mech as it's just rushing down towards a small tower that he's on. He's like, shit, and he's like trying to load back up the gun. Aiden, you may open
And
fire
as
if you
he
wish.
does... Psych! Oh,
Woof.
I'm gonna say that's Kuzon's fault again.
Kuzon, you will probably actually make it to him in your full speed movement. Would you like to collision into his makeshift tower?
Yeah, and well, how big is the tower? Like, would he get crushed underneath it?
It's basically just a bunch of old signs and stuff he's stacked on top of each other.
Okay, so yeah, it's like it wouldn't crush him probably if I just like toppled it on top of him. Like he might get hurt, but like it wouldn't. It's not super likely to kill him.
You can make a piloting check to do your collision.
I do have a -2 to those. That's fine. I'll side check it.
You just like boom, boom, slide shoulder like your mech side into the makeshift tower, and you just see the guy fall into the remains that you leave behind. You see him like trying to like reach for his gun. He's like
I'm just
barely
gonna take
reaching.
my big foot and I'm just gonna crush his gun. Just
He's just like, he puts up his hands beside him like he's giving up. He's like, okay.
Kuzon, come on,
Good boy.
man. That sniper rifle was actually pretty good. We could have used that. Did you really have to stomp it?
Kuzon, you can make an engineering if you want to check the gun.
It's obliterated.
It was a mass-produced piece of crap.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It'll be useful for scrap and nothing else.
Whatever they were doing, it seems like they just mass-produced weapons at the Crucible as fast as they could, and that was the result.
Not going
It's like
live,
Legos.
a mech running down a fucking place like that. Cool shit, cool shit.
Dude, I'm really
Very.
happy I got to use my engine. You know that I have to get a mech like this just so I could do that regularly.
Yeah.
Right. So you've cleared the area. Congratulations.
Probably not possible, but I was curious if I could like check where the impulse like smashed into the mech. If there's like any gaps in my plate that I have to cover up.
So the thing is, are you carrying any UPBs with you?
No.
Sadly, I think your mech may be damaged then.
It's fine. It's still pretty healthy.
Without UPBs, it takes a bit of time if you want to spend like an hour or so here and stuff.
Yeah, no, we don't have that kind of time anyway.
Hang on a bit. So basically, you bring back the guy attached to the hook. The people you saved are now moving down this location, this clear corridor you made back to base. And the current situation, the police are holding off this protest, while these guys have just cleared this area and turned it to a peaceful protest.
Bravo team. Team Perseverance is going to pass through D6. After Perseverance passes, provide cover and lock down the area.
Understood, boss.
Alright, Kuzon, Prava, lead the way.
As you're heading through the corridor, there is a little something. There is several things, well, you come across. As the mech stomps its way through the darkened corridors, you see from the headlamps on the mech that there is a lot of blood, like, splattered across the ground. And
Are there any bodies or just the...
the blood seems to trail off, some of it across the wall. There's gashes and impacts across the wall and in places. You can see some minor drones crushed and slashed in half. Seems like it goes around the corner.
I'm
gonna send a message out to Aiden. It's like, I think there's something fucked up in this alleyway. You seeing this?
Negative, I can't see anything from the rooftop. What's happening down there?
Actually, Aiden, there's also something happening with you. You see somebody on the rooftop. They seem to be getting a position behind a sign, breaking line of sight from you, but they don't seem to have noticed you as they break line of sight and seem to be setting up on the other side with a rifle.
Kuzon, hold that thought. I think I just spotted a sniper. He still haven't spotted me. I'm gonna have to reposition. I'm gonna have to go dark for a few minutes. All teams, continue on your current objective. Alpha 1 going dark. And I'm gonna cut my communications for a bit.
Kuzon, what are you doing? And Prava and Thiveron.
I don't think we can wait. I think we have to see what's going on, right? I'll message, like, I'll... Oh boy.
Can I listen more closely to get a better idea?
Oh, do you want to sniff at the air?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Try and get a better idea of what's going on. This is one of my best skills. Continuously roll under a 5.
You do smell something. Of course, past for blood, but it smells of heated flesh as well.
Tainted flesh?
Heated.
Oh, these are
Like
tainted.
cooked.
Prava's gonna walk to like the edge. He's not gonna round the corner, but he's gonna use his racial blind sense. It's like a 30-foot vibration sense to see if he feels any movement from beyond.
You sense the presence of 3 beings with your blind sense. You feel 1 person on the ground and 2 standing beside each other.
Prava's gonna reach out telepathically to the person on the ground and say, "We've got friends around the corner. What's the situation?" Does he get any telepathic signal back from the person, or is it just like...
Which one are you trying to communicate to?
the one on the ground. He's communicating to the one on the ground, just being like, "Hey, we're a neutral force. We're around the corner. We noticed the trail of blood. Like, what's happening over there?"
He seems to be in a panic. In fact, he seems to be dying.
Prava steps around the corner to see what's happening.
I'm going to back him up.
Okay. So as you
I'm
step
gonna
around
like
the corner,
flash my headlights down the corridor and everything like that. Just like
Thiveron readies his bonk stick.
as you turn the corner, you see on the ground the robes are distinctive. That's the guy who was carrying the dead man's switch from before. His arm is severed at the elbow, and, well, he has several other cuts across his body, likely meaning total death in a moment. The other person is the one who chased after him, the other Cathian, the rebel, but he's talking to this person.
This fucking
Hey, I just referenced him.
Yep.
Amazing.
You can see him holding out the severed arm of the dead man's switch operator, and you can see him handing it over to the writer.
Oh, good. You managed to stop him. I was worried that things were going to take a turn for the
I'm
worse.
gonna take a snapshot, and I know that Aiden's communication is down, but I'm just gonna silently send it to him.
You're the jackal, right? Thank you for your help. If that guy got away, a lot of people could have been in danger.
Thiveron is
He's-
healing the guy on the ground.
Oh, he's probably almost gone.
Wait, is this guy? I just kind of like pipe up. I'm just like, what? What are you doing here?
Me? Yes. Right. Strange. Did not expect to see you here. Missing a number, are you? He looks around.
He always hangs out just slightly out of sight. You know how the mercenary types are.
Ah, I see. Well, you look after that, you look after the switch, he says as he pats the severed arm that the rebel guy is holding, looking kind of, oh my god, I'm holding a severed arm, sort of deal.
What are you doing here? What stake do you have in all this? Are you here to be a voice for Akiton?
Oh, I suppose you could say I'm here to lend a sword to a side. I'm working with the rioters, so to speak. Well, the major.
Ah, we would like to speak to the Major. Could you act as a liaison for us? Put us in contact?
Sorry, but I've been ordered to handle the police.
Well, we're not the
If
police. We're just a neutral force.
I just like, you see Kuzon, like the mech kind of like leans down a bit, and it's like, if you handle the police, if the way you handle police looks anything like the way you handled this guy, then you better get lost.
You can see he's almost excited by the prospect that you lean down towards him, but he relaxes visibly. He's like, no. He was simply a danger to everyone. I'm simply instructed to hold off the police, to make sure they don't, well, advance any further. Did
Well,
not
you've
say
got
anything about
no
you,
instructions
however.
about us, so we'll just continue on and try and talk to the Major.
That would be amusing. I've been watching your broadcast for a while now.
Oh, why thank you. Every viewer counts. We really want to make sure that the people of Akiton know what these people are like if they ever try to settle, you know? We want to make sure that everyone's going through with information and informed decisions.
Well, that's good. But at the end of the day, none of that will matter. I suppose what will win out in the end is just how strong of an ideal people can hold.
I mean, you're an Akiton native too. If these rioters get their way, you know what kind of chaos they're going to be inviting upon themselves.
Oh, don't misunderstand. I care little about the planets. It's simply about what people desire. Whoever's the strongest will obtain the desire. It's that simple.
Sounds like a really good system for those on top, huh?
If you have strength, it's up to you on how to use it. You wish to protect the weak, then you may do so. You wish to further yourself, then you may do so. Strength comes in many forms. Just be sure to use it.
I think the bonds that we have as members of the pact system is the greatest strength of all.
Then continue believing that. As long as you hold that in your heart, then you can do great many things. That's your
Can I like sense
idea.
the motive to see if he's like sincere about that? Can I?
You can.
Is that sarcasm? I'm not gonna be able to tell.
You can sense essentially what you get from him, he's sincere. He said that basically that that's your ideal. That's good. Hold on to that.
Now that you're on stream yourself, is there anything you'd like to say to my audience back on Akiton and beyond?
Give him a platform. What are you doing? He's crazy.
I mean, he helped us out. He stopped the guy who was going to blow up the crucible. Like,
I don't think you understand how mercenaries work, Prava.
Well, I've already said my piece after all. I'm sure that my words will carry weight to your fans. He like gives a small, like almost gun-like gesture towards you with his fingers, almost as if to sign off, and he starts walking towards you guys, clearly planning to walk past you and go on his way towards the police.
So is there no way a Mystic Cure can save this guy?
You could if you want.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm gonna use my healing touch for the day.
Wait, so the dead man switch, it was engaged, wasn't it? Like, is his thumb still clamped around the button?
You can see the hand that the guy is holding. It's basically burnt off at the elbow joint, and the guy's hand is still gripping onto the thing tightly.
I'm going to slide out of the mech and walk up to that guy and just be like, I can disable it.
Alright. He's like holding out towards you as if something lets go of this, it's probably gonna get explosions.
Yeah. I'm going to well, I guess, here's a question. So is this metal? Like, is the dead man switch made of metal?
Yes.
I'm just gonna take my use my tool to like bring out a blowtorch, and I'm going to fuse the mechanism closed. Like I'm gonna use my blowtorch and like basically
so you're gonna weld the trigger shut. I see. Okay then.
Or it can't be opened to back up again. And then I'll take it and pocket it so that nobody else can get it. But basically, I'm using my welder to like force it shut so it can't be opened again.
I would allow that. So essentially, you weld it shut, and it's like, there you go, perfect. That stays there now.
Yeah, and I'll pluck it out of. After I've done that, I'll pluck it free from the gross hand, and I'll put the hand down next to Thiveron, and I'm just like, does magic let you stick arms back on?
I don't know, can I? He'll get 20 HP back from that healing touch over 10 minutes.
It would probably reattach, but if it works, that's a entirely different matter.
I mean, the hand is like burned though, isn't it?
If the ends are burned, so it can probably reattach onto his arm, but it's probably going to take extensive medical. Then again, I don't think a terrorist really gets free medical.
Yeah.
Apart from Thiveron, which he is actually breathing now. He's breathing normally. It seems like you've sealed up the majority of his cuts.
Good, now
But
shoot
you're
him with rubber
waking
bullets.
up.
It's pretty safe to say that he's gonna lose this arm.
Yeah, if I can't give him functionality in the arm again, I'm just going to heal him up without the arm.
Well, he has 3 more, so.
It's fine. That's why you have 4 already. It's fine. Losing 1 doesn't matter.
Yeah, I have the switch, and I'll send a message to Aiden and say like, the dead man switch is secured. I've disabled it.
While they were talking, did I manage to hunt down the sniper that I spotted?
So, with the sniper around the sign, he was quite close by. Did you want to advance on him?
Yeah, I wanna get to his position and basically surprise him since he hasn't spotted me. If he's nearby, I wanna jump a few buildings and, you know, just move through the rooftops and get to his position.
Okay, so are you... you can roll stealth.
I also have a repelling rope, if that's gonna be useful. Alright, stealth. There we go.
Now, over the 10 minutes that I'm healing this guy, Thiveron is going to say to him, you don't get to die today. In fact, in exchange for your life, you get to tell me how you ended up being the man holding a dead man's switch, threatening the lives of other people. And I will record it for you.
Is that really what you want to know? Fine. I'll tell you. And he's gonna start talking,
You can
but
send it,
meanwhile...
so you can send it to me later.
Okay.
Just Thiveron doing his story thing.
So, Aiden, as you sneak up on the sign, you are approaching closer and closer. You're basically on the other side of the sign. It doesn't seem like he's noticed you. What do you wish to do?
I wanna make sure what his position is. What's the sign made of?
It seems to be kind of like a billboard.
So it's not
Like you
very
can-
tough, basically.
Yeah, it's not very tough. There is like neon lights on the other side and stuff, but there's nothing really, well, between you and it. It's basically just...
I'm gonna quietly remove my gloves, and once I make sure what his position is on the other side, with both my hands I'm basically gonna pierce through the sign and grab him from the other end and put him in a chokehold.
You're gonna
I'm bursting through the sign with my hands forward.
Yeah, you're gonna DSX this shit. Okay.
And I'm using my trick attack.
Okay, go ahead. Remember how trick attack now works?
Yeah, we figured it out eventually. I'm gonna assume that's good enough. So he's flat-footed, which basically means his armor is a -2.
Yeah, we discovered how we actually roll trick attack
It's
now,
okay,
by the way,
guys. We figured it out after forever.
It's alright, before it got too broken, we figured it out.
Okay, so that's plus another 1d8. So I put him in a chokehold and I hit him for 11.
I'm gonna say that is pretty good, because as you smash through the sign, you hear like, oh god, as with sparks of like neon electricity like kick off of wherever you broke through the sign. Everybody below could probably see like these little sparks as suddenly this guy is dragged through the sign, so like, poof. And as you hold him in a chokehold, you notice something. You notice that he's wearing civilian clothing, and the rifle he's holding is just a metal cutout.
The fuck?
Roll reflex.
Oh shit. Yes.
As you're holding him, that realization, your sense of danger kicks in, and you automatically drop him out of your arms as you hop back. And as you do, this white hot line suddenly shoots through the sign and through the floor just where you were standing, burning through the exterior as it...
I'm gonna assume since there wasn't anywhere for me to dodge, I basically jump back and start falling from the building. Can I, since I rolled well enough, can I like get my rope out and just throw my cable out there, see if I can hook it to something?
With a 21 and roll cool, I would say yes, you may basically latch on.
I'm assuming that's gonna be athletics
Yes.
or acrobatics, I'm not sure, up to you. I'm fine with either.
Athletics, because I'm going to say you need straight... Oh, well, never mind.
So basically,
essentially-
I throw the rope out and yank it onto something, and I come to a full stop, like a SWAT guy, but I basically use my pure brute strength to hang on to the rope since it's not attached to me.
As you're hanging there, you can see as the line is still there, barely as it shrinks down, a very showy weapon for a sniper, but even from where you stand, you can see on the other side of the buildings, you can see a creature standing up with rifle in hand, and his outline looks very familiar to you. Well, at least you've been hanging out with one of their kind for long enough. Would you like to make a perception check, please?
Yes. Also, if you're popping a picture, I still haven't seen it. I'm waiting with bated breath, not gonna lie. Ooh, look
I'm
at
just
that.
waiting to see. Okay, yeah, you can see him pretty clearly.
I've got good eyes.
As you lean your head in a bit, just tilt your side, and you see this figure standing up, pulling the goggles above his head.
Would I recognize this figure as a mercenary?
24. You know that this guy was a very well-known sniper on the planet Verces. It's a planet in the Pact World. One side's a desert, one side's a polar Arctic, and the middle is the only habitable area, and a huge sprawling metropolis. This guy was well known within security forces there for causing no end of trouble for mercenaries that worked with people there.
As I'm hanging from the building with one hand holding the rope, with the other I reach out for my communicator and go, all teams, heads up, this is Alpha 1. I run into a set booby trap. They've got a real troublemaker on their side. They've got an experienced sniper with an anti-material rifle. He has a past for causing a lot of problems with governments and military, so keep a watchful eye. I'm going to reposition myself. See you guys down the line. I'm almost at the Crucible. And at that point, I'm assuming since I'm back online, I'm gonna see that the stuff that Kuzon sent me, and just as Aiden's finishing up talking called Tactiful and shit, he suddenly goes, "Fuck!"
It's like suddenly sees the jackal. Motherfucker!
Yeah, but good news, Kuzon just like in the community. Good news is I have the switch.
So, quick question, Ash, because you said that I can see him from my position. Does he seem like he's still looking for me, waiting to take another shot, or has he moved from his position?
Oh, he can clearly see you. He could clearly take another shot, but he just seems to be standing there now, looking at you for a moment.
I'm gonna stare back at him for a while, then I'm gonna swing myself and ram myself through one of the building's windows and basically make my way inside the building.
Mm-hmm.
And out of sight.
This guy's walking off as well. By the way, Aiden, as you are making your way, you see the civilian who was walking down the stairs. You pulled through that sign. He looks dazed. He's like, "Oh God."
I immediately pull out my handgun and I say, "I've got some questions, friend." And you can cut to the others.
It's like, oh no. Police brutality, is it? Okay. Fucking typical. Right, so you guys.
No, wait, sorry. One quick redux. I look towards him, I look towards the rope. I've got a few questions, friend, and then I basically am gonna tie him up upside down, Batman style, as I ask him questions.
Oh God. Right. So, what are you guys going to do?
For 10 minutes has passed, the run's done healing that guy.
He's done healing. The guy is basically told you his story to everyone as well. I'll tell you what he said later.
By the way, Ash, is it a safe assumption to say that elite sniper was probably in this area somewhere?
He was actually much closer to you. He was like down here.
Oh, okay. That's giving me ideas.
So I assume like we got the message to like apparently there are mercenaries swarming the place. How do these mercenaries get off? Accepting jobs to deal with riots?
Yeah, how dare they?
Oh, yeah. Also, yeah, keep in mind, Aiden did warn them that they seem to be setting up booby traps, so stay on your toes. He does have a pretty powerful anti-material rifle. Oh, I'm also gonna, while I'm at it, I'm gonna warn Rook that he might be getting some company soon, so he should hunker down and, you know, make sure to secure his position and not budge from there.
So, what are you guys gonna do? Did you tell these guys to move up here?
Yeah, I told Bravo team basically whenever Perseverance and the crew move through this spot and continue forward, I want Bravo team to lock down this position.
So,
what I'm gonna do, if there's like a terminal or anything nearby, I want to see if I can start restoring some of the surveillance.
oh, okay. Go ahead
because
and try.
we've like managed to knock them back. I don't expect that I'll be able to like get the cameras over at the Crucible, but like start monitoring. If he's saying there's people climbing around the rooftops and Kuzon's super aware of the jackal, he's still doing everything.
Yeah. So you can roll computers if you want. Let's see. Right. So let me do a counter a second. Okay, so you do find some major resistance, but you do find yourself slowly but surely start restoring like cameras to the network. And as you do, you notice that there is somebody currently in this location with these people. The areas leading up to that seem clear, but apart from this location, there seems to be some sort of device in the middle of the road.
Can I spot like a figure that's like masked and everything, like hanging out with them?
At the end, there seems to be this person
Yeah.
hanging at the end.
I'll take note of it, and I'll snap a picture and send it to Aiden and say like I've begun restoring functionality to the camera systems here, and I spotted another interesting looking creep.
Can I roll profession, see if I know if he's in the merc business as well?
Actually, no, you cannot.
Oh.
In fact, Kuzon, what was your
Yeah.
profession again?
I think it's you mean my stat or like what my profession? I know it's
What
like
your profession is?
mechanics or like engineering.
You can roll profession if you desire.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And this is the information you obtain. Just give me a second.
Yeah, mechanic is like the one. Well, like it's not the one class, but it's basically a class where like if you have a profession, it's in that. It's in your class. It's more of a job than like a class.
He's
shit.
giving me a bit of scarecrow vibes, not gonna lie, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's Kuzon kind of like, I imagine like while I'm sharing it, like while I'm like sharing the feed, I like enhancing the image for everybody to see in their communicators. It's like, wait a minute. That's they said Dr. Stern Crust?
Cross, yes.
Yeah, that's Dr. Stern Crust. What the fuck is an engineer doing among the riots?
I guess that explains
doctor?
why we haven't been able to deal with the hacker until now. If they got somebody like that around.
I'll say like for flavor. Kind of Kuzon's like browsing him. It's like, yeah, I copied. I've been known to copy some of his designs in my own cybernetics.
Is he really that?
He's a real genius.
Yeah, well, let's hope that you can put one over on this genius today, because without those comms back, we're basically playing in their hands. See what you can do about it, would ya?
Do I know anything else, like where he operates from, or is he just like or is that like the kind of the surface of what I'm able to pick up?
What? You mean where he's operating? He seems to be operating from within the Crucible.
Yeah, but what I mean is like where he's from, or like what he usually does, like his.
Oh, what he
career.
usually does? Well, you did know that he was leading research in the field of cybernetics, but he seemed to have turned to using them to his own gain. Like, for instance, he is often seen obtaining rare items for his own research. He's independent now. No one knows exactly what he's doing,
Yeah,
but
so
he
I'd
has
say
been
like
reported and accused of stealing.
okay, so it'd be like a story like yeah he was a high-ranking, like he's basically a major investor in this one company, one of the leading minds, but all of a sudden he decided to take his cut and he's been independent ever since. Shit. There's a real zoo running around this place.
Tell me about it.
I don't like any of this.
Oh, that's the thing about the merc life, Kuzon. You gotta adapt to the situation.
We're committed now. We've come so far. We have to make it to the major.
I'm
You're
more
right.
worried about the sniper up ahead. I couldn't follow where he went. I'll try and hunt him down. You guys move up for now. You should be fine without me for a bit. I'll see if I can, you know, find him.
I'll if there's any cameras that can be like directionally influenced, not necessarily expecting that I will, but I will use the cameras and try to like sweep the rooftops and try to find somebody while we're going. Like I'll have the box take control of the mech controls for a bit while I like comb through the cameras and trying to spot anybody.
Understood. I take controls right off your hands, honey.
Please, no.
Auto control engaged. I suspect you guys are heading towards the.
Genocide
Yeah, right.
mode engaged.
No.
Ready towards the mob over here, I believe. Yeah,
Yep,
to like
this way.
the peaceful protest.
Also, Ash, I'm not sure, but is there any way for me to take a shortcut this way, or do I absolutely have to go around? Because I'm not sure if, like, why is there no way to immediately go there? Is there like a lot of buildings? Is there like no path? What's the terrain like?
There is. Essentially, there is a lot of buildings between you and it.
Gotcha.
So you'd be like running a rat maze. Like I'm sure you could do it, but it'd probably take you a lot of busting down people's doors and climbing through places that you that don't belong to you.
Yeah, it would take you much longer than just going around.
Okay, I guess I'm not gonna be action man in this shit, jumping buildings. I'm gonna actually follow after the team then, since Rook has things on lockdown. He should be fine.
Right, meanwhile, Prava, you see that the riot here has turned into, well, very heated. While they're not outright firing guns or anything, they are throwing, like, rocks and the like towards zero-risk security area. Like, towards here, like, threatening them to back off. And as you start coming up, they're doing the same, like, they're going to do the same to you.
Prava catches one of the rocks with his psychokinetic hand, just to kind of get their attention. And he's playing with the ability. He's using it like for the first time, like not on a person. He just kind of bounces the rock up and down, and he looks around to see if he's got any eyes on him after that.
I'll maneuver the mech so that like I'm offering you guys cover. Like I'll kneel the mech down because I don't care about the rocks and shit, and I'll kneel down and just like offer Thiveron and Prava like partial cover from all the debris and stuff.
There's like a few rocks that are like bouncing off of you, a few bottles of discarded beer, people shouting towards you, but you did catch their attention definitely by catching it with your psychokinetic hand.
Prava's got the rock orbiting him now, like it's like a small satellite, And he looks to the people, and he's just like, "People of the Adari, we've come to speak with the Major. We want to spread your message to the Pact Worlds. We've come to give a voice to your cause and understanding to the others."
How do we not know that you're just here to crush our speech?
I have been streaming the riots live for a while now. If you just go to this web address, switch.tv/Eurovarp, you will see my chat and the recordings I've taken up to this point.
Don't try lying to us. No one would record. No, wait. No, he's saying the truth. What? Yeah, I've been watching him for like all day through my glasses.
I'm gonna assume that if this was Twitch, this is now the most watched stream in the fucking universe. At this point.
Oh, you're probably getting more than a few views.
I have to say, like, something like this, like, is probably it's like probably catching speed very fast the longer this goes on. Because people would be like, in fact, I'd imagine that your stream would probably be on the news.
No, think of it this way. Like, the news, the Dari news clearly are covering this up because they don't want people to know. So as soon as people find out this is happening and being broadcast live, literally the entire galaxy is gonna flare up with interest. Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Wait, is that a thing? Like, do we know that the news is
Yeah,
potentially
they mentioned that there's nothing on the news about the riots. They were trying to keep it hush-hush.
Shit.
Yeah, probably fucked that one up for the real bad.
Yeah, you fucking did. I like Prava. He
right
messes
now-
with the political
Right now,
regime.
Prava, you're probably the most infamous streamer in the fucking galaxy.
So essentially, you can, all three of you can attempt different skill rolls depending on what you tell me to try and calm this riot.
Look, guys, we're all members of the Pact World together. When one of us feels pain, we all feel pain. We've all come around this sun to work together to create a Pact World that's better for all of us. The people of the Adari, they hear you now. The people of Akaton, they hear you now. The people of Absalom, the people of Verces, we are all aware of your plight. Quickly now, lay down your arms. There's no reason to continue with violence here. We need to push forward carefully and as a community.
So that's what you do. What do you two do to support him?
I will. Are there any, like, so there are, like, security cameras or anything like that? What I'm going to do is, I'm gonna, like, adjust the mech, and I'm going to... Can I, like, try to hack, like, dim the lights on the street lamps, and then use the mech and whatever lights are nearby to, like, put a beacon directly on top of Prava? To just, like, make him the center of everybody's attention?
So you want to readjust the streetlights? Roll me computers.
I'll try it. That's the only thing I can think of.
It's getting the mood lighting just right.
Right, so essentially you can see the other lights darken as the streetlights only focus on Prava. You know, the kind of streetlights that normally follow a few people along to make sure their way is lit, but now they're on Prava as he's making his speech. Thiveron, what do you do?
Thiveron's just watching this all play out.
He's just like waving his tail like, wow, look at this.
What
I
if
was
I
like,
just had like a
does he
dramatic backing
Does he
soundtrack?
find some fucking flower petals or something? He just sprinkles them around as Prava speaks or something. I don't know.
Alright, so essentially you can see him starting to calm down a bit more. And you can see that the Zero Risk team is moving up a bit. And you see Bro9 go, there's nothing wrong with protesting, as Professor Prava said, but you have to do it in a peaceful manner.
It's actually Avarp when I'm streaming.
I mean,
I'll just say, like, if you guys promise to be nice and stop throwing things, I won't even charge you for the paint job.
You can see him like looking around with Prava's speech and the fact the mercenaries are not outrightly hostile towards them, to the lighting that drew all their attention. Like, not even one of them even had their attention on the mercenaries as they came forward, because they were just a tiny bit weirded out that suddenly all the streetlights focused on Prava.
Guys, weird thought, but we probably should have taken Z with us. I feel like if we had an idol right now to calm the crowd, this would have gone smoothingly well.
Prava is a beautiful and glamorous lady, alright?
Yeah, it shuffles.
good idol.
The light bounces brilliantly off his carapace, dazzles everybody.
Exactly. So, you guys are. You guys calmed them down. It's like, we're not going to stop our protest.
No, of course.
We calmed down. We won't throw anything anymore. You see one rock suddenly fly over and hit the mech. It's like, we won't throw anything anymore. I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah.
your right to protest, and you have done well in your protest. The galaxy hears you now.
Okay. We'll join up with the others. But you should talk to the Major. He's a really good talker, he is. It definitely convinced them.
That is my goal here, to speak to the Major. Please, let us through.
And they like all split up a bit as they allow you through.
Beep beep, coming through.
Convoy ahead!
Dude, we're so keeping this mech. Let's run away after the mission. I wanna have this mech with us. Always, it's so cool. We're stealing it now, it's ours. No, wait, at the end of the mission, Kuzon just say, oh, it got totally totaled and buried under a building somewhere. We can't find it. Just hide it somewhere.
That was my plan, was at the very end, like, before anybody in the police office gets a notice, I would just, like, unbolt some screws and have it fall apart. It's like, oh no, it's totaled. I'll give you this much for the scrap.
You know what makes me laugh? This was meant to be a rather deadly encounter, but my rolls have been really bad. Like, I rolled 2 1s this entire encounter so far.
Yeah, it's amazing actually. Apart from me and Thiveron, I think everybody's pretty healthy.
Yeah, it's so weird. But yeah,
I mean, it seems like this is like Prava. This is Prava's expertise. We're navigating and playing the crowds pretty well.
oh, you definitely avoided a combat at the beginning. That was very well done. But yeah, do you want to carry on?
Yeah, let's do it, man. We're in it for the long haul. Let's do this.
Okay.
Unless you're saying that we have 2 or 3 more hours to finish.
No, you can definitely complete this if you want.
Nice. I mean, I think we've got a little bit more time, so...
Right. So, as you start advancing up, Aiden, you do spot somebody over here in this corner.
Okay.
You can see the old wolf, so to speak, standing on top of a building watching you guys.
He's just watching?
Yeah, he hasn't even readied his rifle.
I'm just gonna quietly look back at him as we continue moving forward. And I'm gonna keep an eye on him, see what he does.
He is essentially watching you. That's it. Do you guys wish to move into the next square?
Yes.
Well, isn't the next square where Kuzon noticed the device?
There's
No,
a
the device.
blockade or something.
Yeah, the device is located here. Yeah.
All right, let's. When we move here, do we see what this crowd is doing? How are things going over there?
They seem to be just as rowdy, but the police are handling them quite well.
Okay.
Bravo
As
team.
long as nobody's dying.
Bravo team, move up, but be careful. Keep an eye out on the upper floors. There's a sniper. Rook, we're moving up from the other side. Hold your position with the rioters. We'll circumvent them and get on their other side.
Okay.
Be careful,
So-
the jackal might be in the area.
We've already had trouble with him. Over and out. And as he says that, Kuzon, as you're making your way through, you do see that there is a device, long, cylindrical, and, well, slightly glowing. It seems like one of the fuel rods that you'd encountered before, but this one's much newer, and it's set up to be a sort of dirty bomb of some kind.
Oh, so is that what the? Can I reason that was what the dead switch was for?
Probably, or it could be a number of things as well, but
Okay.
this one is definitely the most out in the open.
Is there anybody like guarding it, or is it just sitting there?
Where you're going, essentially, since you turned on the cameras, you were able to find the bomb by, going through corridors. It's not out in the middle of a street or anything.
Oh, I see. So it's like I can use the camera, so it's like hidden like in a alleyway or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. I'll feed the group directions. And it's like I see this. This is where the fuel rod that they have out here is hidden. It may have been what the dead switch was for, but it's a dangerous explosive. We definitely want to secure it in case they intend to use it like that.
Kuzon, do you think you can disarm it safely?
Well, we'll see.
Well,
We'll
he
see
starts
how
to-
badly they've hacked it. they've destroyed it.
So where's that old wolf in relation to where we are?
It's essentially almost right on top of you, like on the building, looking down at you.
Prava climbs on top of the mech and makes eye contact with him. Just clambers up the side, kind of stands stoically for a sec, and looks right towards the wolf.
Remember what I told you, Kuzon. He does have a thing for ambushes and traps, so be careful what you're touching down there. He might be waiting for us to slip up.
Am I within 30 yards of the wolf?
No, he's almost 100 feet above you, like well above you in one of the buildings.
You boys
Wanna
gonna
exchange
be
some quick
okay if I
flares?
disappear for a few minutes?
Knock yourself out.
As soon as he says that, I go radio dark again and I run into the building and I start heading upstairs.
Prava's gonna address the sniper now. He's gonna be like, "Hello, friend. With who are you aligned in these crazy times?"
Are you using your telepathy?
No, I'm using the speakers on the mech.
He doesn't seem to respond. He seems like he may be a bit too far away to respond.
Yeah, my telepathy has a 30-foot range, so I can't telepathy with him.
Well, either that or he didn't hear you.
Because they're either blind or deaf when they're born, and since he's a sniper, right?
And I'm making my way up the building in the meantime.
So yeah, essentially it's like, if he's a sniper, then his eyes work. Then he must be deaf.
Kuzon, do you have any more of that paint?
Paint?
Yeah, that you used to paint the mech. I want to write a note to this guy.
With red letters.
I mean, you can. Can you send like an unencrypted message that would show up on somebody's communicator, like directionally?
Yes.
Yeah, so like I'll let
Essentially
them know,
it's like
just write it out on your communicator, and I'll throw the signal in his direction.
And Thiveron's just like, who are we shouting at up there?
Oh, well, you can't see.
Oh, it's another wolf man.
Black.
Blacken.
This one seems to
Yeah.
have real good eyes. Prava just types out a message then that's
The Sightborn.
hello, super emotive smiley face. This is a crazy time we find ourselves in. Tell me, to whom do you find your alliances to?
Kuzon just like reads it like smiley face. Fine.
Again, I would like to point out that he is using red paint for that.
I'll use a red font if you want.
Yeah, red font. But essentially, as you do type, he seems to respond. He doesn't seem to actually move from his position, but a response does quickly come. And it says, returning a favor to an old friend.
Well, we've come to speak with the Major. We find the silencing of this protest completely untenable. We would like to spread what's happening here to the Pact Worlds at large. May we come through to speak with him?
He gives a message. My task is not to hinder you. The rooftops belong to me. Continue on as you would like.
And Aiden's radio dark right now.
Prava gives a very friendly wave to this Vlakan fellow. He seems like a good gent and tries to continue. Or I guess Kuzon's still messing with the bomb, right?
Well, we haven't gone to it yet. We're on the street.
Prava sends another message then, like, we noticed some sort of explosive setup here. Is that one of yours?
No.
Then you don't mind if we take steps to neutralize it?
Feel free to.
Alright, Kuzon says the bomb has nothing to do with him if you want to try and do some work on that thing.
Yeah, I'll follow. Can the mech fit through the corridors that this thing is even in?
No, you're gonna have to get out.
Yeah. So I'll put the mech on like autopilot, like just have it stand and block the doorway as we go in. Like basically, I'm just telling it like we'll go through. I imagine we'll go through like an alleyway or something, but I don't want anybody following us. So I'll tell the mech to like park itself and block the exit until we get back. And then we'll go in.
Well, it is right in basically the room as soon as you enter. So as it's standing there, you see various wires connecting it throughout the place, powering it, and you see it glowing in the middle, clearly unstable.
Oh boy. This is a hack job. I'm gonna take like a voltmeter, and I'm gonna use it to try to figure out where most of the energy, like which wire most of the energy is flowing through.
Hack the device and cut off the signals through computing.
I'll go with engineering.
As you start messing around with the device, you can see that it really is a hack job. Any one of these wires, if you cut one, maybe another one go off. If one goes off, then another one goes off. The best way you can see is if you cut the entire building's power off.
Okay, so yeah, if I were to like pull the building's breakers,
Essentially.
yeah, I'll like turn to Prava and Thiveron. Like the way this thing is wired up, I don't think I can disturb any of these wires without potentially causing a chain reaction. I need to find this building's breakers. I think that's the only safe way to disable this thing.
I trust your expertise. Let's get looking.
So while you're looking, Aiden, are you still making your way up to the roof?
Absolutely, and considering this guy has a thing for traps like any good sniper, I'm not immediately heading to the rooftop. I'm heading to the last floor, and I'm gonna smash some windows and make my way to the top through other means, not through the stairs.
So as you climb on up, you see the guy still looking over the same spot as he was before. He's looking down.
Is his back turned towards me?
Yes, he seems to be looking down towards Thiveron.
I mean, did I notice that his eyes are open, so clearly he's one of the rare doggos, the ones that can see and probably can't hear?
He's a sniper, so you can probably deduce that yes, he can see.
In that case, I'm not gonna be stealthy about it. I'm immediately gonna start running towards him.
Okay then. Roll reflex.
Oh shit. He booby-trapped the fucking rooftop?
Remember the Vlakans with their deaf still have the blind sense with smell. They don't have blind sight, but they have blind
Yeah, but
sense.
Aiden wouldn't remember
He also
that.
said that the roof
Yeah.
was his territory, and that probably meant that they were all rigged to fuck.
Yeah, but I figured on the rooftop I'd probably be able to see what's up.
As you getting close, suddenly you see him hold up what appears to be a dead man's switch. But when he lets go of it, suddenly you hear as smoke fills your eyes. The stinging is almost incomprehensible, and it gets into your throat as it goes off. And as you do, you hear chicking, and the sound of a grenade hitting the ground.
I'm immediately gonna roll.
You're gonna roll away. As you do, you see a sudden explosion of a 10-foot area in what appears to be a foam-like substance just spreads out from it and hardens. Seems like he may have tried to capture you.
Yep, that was pretty nasty.
But as you dove away, you see he's no longer there.
Son of a... I'm gonna
Thiveron,
cough a few more
guess
times
what?
to clear my throat.
Since you didn't say you went inside, the wagon is actually landing next to you through his grapple.
As I hear him land, I'm just gonna turn to him and say, "Another Vlakin. Why are you stalking me?"
A favor to an old friend. The
Who is
rooftops are
this
simply mine.
old friend?
The jackal.
And what is the jackal's business with me?
I have simply taken an interest in you. Not many of our people are around. He's going to peer up for a second, as he's probably expecting Aiden to look down at any moment.
After a nasty cough fit, Aiden peers over from the rooftop looking for him.
He seems to be standing next to Thiveron. Tell your friends to leave the rooftops alone. That is my domain now.
I can give you no promises, but I will relay the message.
He gives a nod before he casually starts to walk away towards one of the other buildings. Hopefully we can stay in contact, brother.
Thiveron nods.
There of that, the rather old wolf, even you can tell from the smell and the hearing of his old raspy voice, he is an old Vlakin.
I assume we have this whole conversation in Vlakin too.
Yeah, essentially he will speak to you in Vlakin before he casually walks off. He does take a peer back up towards you, Aiden, before he enters the door of the other building.
Aiden does not look pleased. He, since he knows sign language and assumes, you know, because he's deaf, he probably knows it.
Vlakin has its own sign. Every language has its own sign language.
Oh, never mind then.
So if we're speaking in sign, then it's Vlakin sign language.
Well, to be honest, he probably knows common as well. I assume if he knows sign
I mean,
too,
even
but
if he doesn't,
I would be.
even if he doesn't, he's gonna get Aiden's message pretty simply, because Aiden basically says, "I'll be watching you." You know, he does the gestures where he points towards his eyes, then he points towards him.
Oh, that's easy to understand.
I can't like. You say the thing is though, like I don't use sign language because I can't see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he didn't use sign language. He just spoke to you, but he did understand Aiden.
But yeah, even if he doesn't understand, Aiden's message is pretty clear. I'll be fucking watching you.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, we're looking for the breakers to the building.
you would have managed to turn
I
off
also go over the.
Okay, nice.
I also go over the communicator and tell Aiden that he should talk to his friend the Jackal about sharing the rooftops, or he should get down from there.
Yeah, at this point Aiden's probably not in, you know, in radio silence, so he picked up that message. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. As soon as we're done with this mission, I'm tasking my boys to paint my logo on top of this building.
Just thought I should warn you.
I'm I'm going to, once we've like cut the power off of the building, I'm just gonna, when I know that there's no power, like I'll obviously do my double check, I'll use my voltmeter and like measure and everything, but when I know that it's safe, I'm gonna just rip all the wires out.
Mm-hmm.
I just do not want anybody to get the idea to try to set this thing up again.
Okay then. So, as you do rip out all the wires, and I suspect you log it for later retrieval.
By the way, because we kind of skipped over it, but that guy that played the part of the booby trap, did he give me some interesting info, or was he just kind of in the middle of it, not knowing what the fuck's going on?
Honestly, he was paid just
gotcha.
to go up there and pretend.
Yeah, I figured he didn't have anything to give me, but Aiden had to try. I just imagined him hanging upside down from the rope as Aiden was, you know, chill, just smoking his cigar and like, start talking, okay, maybe I should drop you, okay, no, okay, and then just
Maybe I should
restrained
drop
him.
you. No.
Then he just restrained him and put him out and recovered his rope.
Mm-hmm. Right then. So, you have disabled the bomb. Congratulations. What would you like to do now? Because the zero risk force is actually moving into your location. Because they're planning on, like, pincering this area.
Yeah, so we can probably leave that to them. We should go right to the Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
Rook, be advised, we just disabled the bomb and we're moving up towards the Crucible. Bravo team is about to pincer the rioters. Deal with them swiftly and we'll be waiting for you at the Crucible.
Understood. Continuing on.